Good evening, loves. It's Shanda. How are you? It is Wednesday, Sex and Relationship Day. Now, before I get into tonight's vlog, I want to introduce a nice little gift for you ladies. This is the blue polish. A lot of you have written and asked me, what color is that you're wearing? So I am wearing Frostbite, and it's number 77034. It's named Frostbite by China Glaze, okay? And I bought this in Sally's Beauty Supply. Yeah. So again, it's called Frostbite, and the manufacturer is China Glaze, okay? So you can get it at Sally's. So on to tonight's subject. Earlier today on Twitter, at Shanda Says, that is, I asked a question, when is enough enough in relationships? And so many women wrote back. And I realized with this topic is very, very special to us women. And when I say special, I mean all of us women have been through a relationship, well, most of us, that have tested when enough was enough. And I received so many emails from women especially, and not to say that men don't write me about it, but women especially are so unhappy in their marriages and relationships. And the question is always, should I leave? What would you do? It's never easy telling anyone when they should leave. Taking the time to evaluate your life and prioritize your life and making a move as drastic, because it is a drastic move, to leave someone is a step that has to take a lot of thought, a lot of planning, and a lot of soul searching. So for another individual to tell you when that time is very hard to do. Now, to answer the question, when is enough enough? Well, put it this way. Does your partner constantly disrespect you? Constantly. And you've gotten so used to it that it just feels normal. If he calls you out your name, if he's calling you all types of crazy things in front of people, if he definitely is killing you, you're dying emotionally in a relationship. Because, physical, forget it. If he's putting his hands on you, you know what to do. That's not, that's something you know what you need to do. But again, in those situations, a lot of women stay in those relationships out of fear. Out of fear that they're going to hunt them down, fear that they're going to beat them more, But that's a whole other vlog on domestic violence, and I really want to dedicate a vlog to that. But right now, when is enough for you as an individual? And when is it that you just can't take the life that you're living with this person? I know for me, and I'm going to reference myself here. In my first marriage, I married very young, and I was with a person that took very good care of me financially and was there for me in so many ways, but was very abusive to me physically and emotionally. And I would complain and complain and complain. My brothers would fight him, and I would just keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. And I always knew that this was not the person for me. But out of fear and being young and not knowing where to go with me and my daughter, there were so many reasons why I stayed. But at a certain point, and I'm going to share this with you, at a certain point, we have to accept some accountability in the fact that if someone's not treating us well and we don't make the moves to get out of it, we have to accept some responsibility about staying. Short of it threatening your life, why do you stay if this person is not good for you? And even if you're a man, if you're a dude and and your woman is just not, she don't have her shit together. And she's just not going to change, or he's just not going to change. What is it in you that's going to get you to the point of action? What is your breaking point? A lot of times, and I'm going to say that as a woman, a lot of times as women, we say, but I love him. But I love him. But at what point does your love for him overshadow the love for yourself? It's something to think about. At what point does the love for another person become so big that you don't even know who you are anymore and that you disrespect yourself just by staying? Again, it's a hard subject to talk about because everyone's breaking point is different. You know, some women just don't have no tolerance, and it's just like, I'm not doing this. And then you have women who have children. You're locked into a situation, you feel there's no way to get out. How do I get out? How do I step away from a 20-year marriage or a 15-year relationship when we own so much together and the kids are used to us being together? So it's not an easy decision to make. It's not easy to say enough is enough and I just walk. But I'm going to share a personal story with you. And hopefully I don't cry, but I want you guys to know this. I was married over 10 years with my first husband. And again, this was a relationship. And I'm going to preface this real quick. Though I haven't seen him in years, I can still have a decent conversation with him. And I still love his family. I'm going to say that. And a lot of what I'm going to say right now is my past. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it, but it is real. And I can't negate what happened to me. So with that being said, my nephew was killed at 11 years old. And his death really, really hit home for me. And I felt like he was taken from us at such a young age. And it really was a light bulb for me in my relationship with my ex-husband, because I said, you know, my nephew is about the same age as I was into my marriage. And I said, you know what? Life is so short. And all the time that I spent with this person and I was so unhappy. It's not like life is going to say, you know what, Shanda, you made a mistake with this person. Here's 10 years back. Here's 10 years back for you that you get because you made a mistake. Life doesn't work that way. And I had to look at my life up until then and say, I can't do this. And I have to step out on faith and on fear and do what I need to do for me and my daughter. It was not an easy decision. It was a hard decision to make, but it was the best decision for me ever in my life because it opened up the opportunity for me to meet my husband now, who I adore. And don't get me wrong, Scoop can drive me nuts, okay? But I love that man and I worship my husband. So again, every ugly that you go through, even if it's a bad relationship, take the ugly and learn from it and know to do better for yourself. So knowing when enough is a very personal journey, and it comes at a personal price. I will say that because none of our days are promised. We don't know how long we have. So why not spend it either alone, because you could do battle by yourself, you know that saying, or you could spend the time with the right man or the right woman in your life. It's something to think about. I want you guys to leave your comments and let me know how you feel. When is enough for you? And if you don't mind sharing in your comments, what was the experience you went through that got you to the point of action? It's one thing to say I'm leaving, but what got you out the door? What got you to that point of self, that you went for self? Okay, I love you guys. I'll be back here on Friday for Fat Friday, and I will. Remember to follow me at Shanda Says on Twitter, and you can email me with any question you have, shandasays1@gmail.com. I love you, and God bless you. Bye-bye.